and welcome to Student Talks. Tonight we are going to have our ninth session, and tonight we are going to have not only from different universities but also from different countries. Yes, tonight we have two great students and from different countries too. And we welcome Chiara Bordino from Teacher Training College and 127 from Argentina, and Abdallah Alkotop from BAU Cyprus from Northern Cyprus. And when they are here, we are going to start our live session with them. I'm so excited because this time we have students from different countries. Let me invite them here, and then we can start our live session. Yes, I have invited them, and also, yes. Yes, Abdallah is here and Chiara is also here. Yes. Wonderful.
Good,
All
good
right.
evening, Hujam.
Oh, good evening. Hello. But my voice is echoing, I think. One of you, I
I
think.
think, Hujam, I have the same problem. There is a lagging in the connection, I think.
Yeah, I hear it. The voice is coming twice, but it's okay. And maybe, do you also watch it from your laptop or computer at the same
No.
time?
No, Hujam.
No.
All right. So it's interesting, but okay, not a problem. We will continue like this. All right. So I just wanted to say welcome to both of you to Student Talks, and I also would like to thank you to both of you again for accepting my invitation for Student Talks.
It was our pleasure, Hujam, to be honest.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, I can see that you're both very excited. And also
So
I'm
much,
very
Hujam.
excited, yeah, to listen to you. So I know that you are all busy. We are all busy, so we can start. Are you ready? Both of you?
Sure, Hujam.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. So let me ask you the first question. Can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences in language learning? Let's start with you, Abdullah.
Okay, Hujam, first let me introduce myself. My name is Abdallah Alkotop. I'm 23 years old and I studied tourism and hotel management. I just graduated 3 days
Right.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Hujam. And for me, the prep school experience it was in the beginning actually it was hard as I was thinking, but when I start to go day by day, I realized that it's easy if you really take the real step and go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And for my luck, thank God, I had a good teacher, which she was always supporting me, and the environment of the school was really helping us for, let's say, to practice what we are
Mm-hmm.
taking inside the classroom.
Yeah.
So it was amazing, especially that we have a variety of nationality from the nationalities. So we could really go for the skills, or let's say for the thing that they always were teaching us. So yes, Hajam, this was my experience
I
in the
see.
beginning. Yeah,
Okay, thank you very much, Abdullah. What
you're
about you,
welcome.
Chiara?
Well, my name is Chiara Bordoni. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Argentina. I live in a small city called San Nicolas. And well, as regards my experience, my learning experiences, before starting with my studies as a teacher, a teacher to be, I studied English at the school and in a private institution
Mm-hmm.
since I was 12 years old. And I sat for 2 international exams my teacher prepared me for them. The first one was Ket when I was 15, and the second one was the first certificate when I was 17. I was in the last year of the secondary school, and that's all. Now I'm with my studies, and I'm really excited to be here.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much for both of you. Let me ask you the second question. What was or were your turning point or points in your own education? Let's, Chiara, start with you now.
What you mean exactly when I decided to? I mean, what you mean exactly?
Yeah, I mean,
with
like
the
your turning point about your own education. It's a great moment, okay, in your own education. Something happened, and that moment you are still in your mind and affect your education life in a positive way.
Okay, I think that the main event that changed my perspective about the world and about my learning process, my learning development, was when I had the opportunity to travel 4 years ago to London, and nice. Yes, and it was incredible because I have the opportunity to interact and to communicate with people from different parts of the world, and that was the moment when I understood what was the meaning of English for me. I mean, what was the meaning of this language for me in my life, and I realized that I was able to know a lot about different cultures, about people's lives and experiences, and I mean, if I didn't know how to communicate in this language, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I think that was an amazing moment. I realized it's an incredible tool, you know.
Great, thank you, Chiara, for sharing with us. What about you, Abdallah?
Okay, Hujam, let me start with this. Actually, Hujam, when I graduated from the high school, I graduated on 2016, and unfortunately, I didn't have the chance at that time to go for a college or a university, let's say. And after 1 year, while studying at home, I had the opportunity to come here to Cyprus and to continue my studies at BAU, which is Bahsha Shahir University in Cyprus. And after that, I realized that, yeah, I stopped for 1 year for no reason, but here I am. Now I had the chance and a good opportunity to go and travel, to see the world from another, let's say, view. And actually, there are many turning points, including that I became more confident in myself than it was in the past. And now my mind became more open to receive, or let's say to accept, different cultures, which made my dealings with people and others easy. And really, I'm glad for that. I mean, like, it was my pleasure to be a student in Bahsha Shahir University, Cyprus, which allowed me to have this opportunity to have this different mindset, to interact with different cultures and to learn about more, let's say, languages and let's say the tradition of the others.
That's a great point, turning point. I see. Thank you very much for both of you for sharing your turning points with us. All right, so let's move to some educational questions. So could you find that the next question is for both of you. By the way, Abdallah,
yes, Hujam.
that the problem, the echoing, can be about your headphone.
Really, Hujam? Why?
Is it possible to
take it off, you mean?
Yeah, if you can. Because when Chiara talks, we can't hear this echoing.
Okay, let's try it.
Let's try.
Hocam.
Yes.
Is it better?
Again, I think there is an echoing. I didn't understand why it's happening, but okay.
It's the same thing.
Happening, I think.
So, do you mind if I go out?
I don't know. Maybe if you can, let's give a try. I'll invite you again, Abdallah. Okay. Just a moment. Sorry for this. Just a moment. This can be happen again, but probably because of Abdallah. Abdallah, can you just go offline from the session? I'll invite you again.
Okay.
I'll give a try. Sorry. Chiara?
Can you hear me well? Yes.
I can hear you well. I think it's about me, not Abdallah.
No, I hear you perfectly well.
Okay. But I hear some echoing, but okay. Let me invite him and continue. Sorry for this.
No, it's okay.
All right. I think the problem is with me. Okay, not a problem. Okay, let me continue with the questions, and then we can do it again. So let's move to the next question. Like, could you find, the next question is for both of you. Could you find enough opportunities to practice speaking in the class and outside the classroom? Yes, let's start with you, Abdallah.
Okay, Hujam. I might say yes, Hujam. As I start in the beginning, I was telling you that the environment of the school was really helping us. Even because we have different students from different countries, which really allowed us and give us the opportunity to interact and communicate with others from different, let's say, culture and aspects. So I don't know if I can use this word, like the environment forced us to speak in the language that we are trying to learn, which was, I think, like effective in a way.
I see. Okay, thank you very much. What about you, Chiara?
Well, in my case, I think that it's really difficult for us to find enough opportunities to communicate inside the classroom, because we are not immersed in the culture of those societies which speak English. So it's really difficult for us. I think that the moment when I had many opportunities to speak was when I traveled, but because I didn't have a chance. I needed the language to to communicate and to live and to live there, because I've been for a month and a half there, so I needed the language. But in the classroom, I think that it's really difficult. I mean, we give presentations and we have the opportunity to speak, but not to interact with others.
I see.
We interact with our peers, but not with people from some other parts of the world.
I see. So you don't have a chance outside the classroom to practice, the both of you. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move to the next question. Next question is for you, Chiara. What do you think about the amount of vocabulary items and grammar structures? Do you feel that you have learned enough, or do you think there were too many and some were unnecessary?
I think that I was able to learn a lot about grammar, and I'm still learning, because I think that we never stop learning. But I consider that maybe we are taught how to complete a grammar exercise, but then when we need it, for example, to communicate, to speak, it's really difficult. I notice that it's really difficult for me and for everybody, for my peers as well, to apply what they learn in the grammar exercise to
Yes.
communication to those situations in which these structures are needed.
I got it. Okay, thank you very much, Chiara. Let's move to another question. Next question is for both of you. Can you describe a good example of a learning environment in terms of English classes? Let's start with you, Abdallah.
Okay, Hajam. I would like to say, like, making classes composed of people who don't speak the same mother tongue, I mean the native language of each, for one of them, like to force them to speak and engage in the language to be learned, all the English language, and which makes them always try with each other. Because I believe that if you have even two, I will talk about the Arabs because I'm one of them.
Sure.
Like if you put two Arab students in one class, no one of them knows that much of English. They will be close to each other, so they can speak the same language, so they can understand each other. I have been through this experience, as I told you, when I started prep school. I promised myself that I won't interact with anyone who speaks my language, my native language. So I was always interacting with either with my teacher or with my other students who were from African or from Turkey or from Cyprus. So we were always helping each other from this aspect. So I believe if they can compose the people, I mean different people to speak.
Abdallah, are you there?
Hajam, can you hear me?
Yes.
We lost him for a minute.
I think you have a connection problem, I think. Yes. We are waiting for him. Sorry about it. Yeah, these things can happen, but nothing to do about it. Abdallah, are you there? I think no. Okay. Let me invite him again. Sorry. I'm really sorry about it. I don't know. He's not there, I think. Let me look. Huh, there he is. Yes.
Hajam,
welcome
I'm
back.
really sorry because
No
something went
problem.
wrong with the connection.
No problem. And you were talking about the question, so you can continue.
Yeah, as I was saying, that I believe really that if we can make the classes composed of people who doesn't have the same or they don't speak the same language, so we can force them to try, even just to give the try to use the thing that we are learning inside the classroom.
I see.
I don't know if you heard my story and my experience. I was just
no, we heard about it. We heard.
Yeah, okay.
We heard. We just missed this last part, but it's okay. Thank you very much, Abdallah. Yes, let's move to Chiara. What about you? What do you think about it?
I think that mainly in a class it's really important for the teacher to create a warm atmosphere that invites learners that invites students to learn. because sometimes they feel intimidated, or they feel that, I don't know, they will be humiliated because maybe they make a mistake, and they feel that they they will be humiliated not just by the teacher but also by their peers. So I
I
think that
see.
it's really important to create a warm atmosphere in which they can feel confident and free to use the language at their disposal, and feel free to make mistakes, because that's part of our learning process.
I
Exactly.
agree with Chiara. Yes, I missed this point.
Thank you. No, okay. Thank you very much for both of you. Next question is for you, Abdallah.
Okay,
Do
Hujam.
you think you had known what you were expected to achieve at the end of the academic year when you first started your prep year? Is it important to know, and why?
Okay, Hujam. When I started the prep school, the situation was really difficult for me because I had never spoken English before I started university. And my expectations were that it would take a long time to forth, about a year. But after starting and after insisting that I was able to learn, and of course,
Wonderful.
there was great support from my dear teacher, and I would love to mention her name here,
Sure.
Asli Hujam. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that I was one of your students, and I love you. And my expectation changed. Yes, and I would like to say anticipation is an important thing, because no task can be accomplished without expecting what is the result, and will be, and let's say the result will be, and how much time it will need
Yes.
to complete it. Yes, Hujam.
I see. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much
You're
about
welcome,
your
Hujam.
answer. So, which is important point you mentioned it. Thank you, Abdullah. Let's
You're
move to the
welcome,
next
Hujam.
question. And again, it's for both of you. What makes a teacher the best and the worst for you? This is really critical question, so you need to be careful about it for answering it. So let's start with you, Abdullah, again.
Okay, Hujam, what makes a teacher the best and the worst for you, for me, sorry. I think his teaching method. I mean, I will go again to mention my teacher, Asli Hujam. When we had our first class, as I told you, I had never spoken English language before I started the university. So our first class, she asked me, like, what's your name? For me, because I didn't know the language, I froze. Like, I was frozen. I don't know what to say. Then she said to me, I'm asking you for many times. I will keep asking this question, and you have to answer it. Even I didn't understood anything at that time. I was trying to tell her that I didn't understand. Then she said to me, you have two options. You have to speak either Turkish language or English language. So choose one of them. And of course, I chose the English because I'm gonna use it in my
I see.
university. So I start to try with her day by day, and she really supported me in the beginning, and she's still supporting me till now.
Wonderful.
What I want to give her from this story, that teaching method from the teachers is really matter, because if she didn't insist and shows me the way or the path of studying, I wouldn't do it.
I see. So that's really
She
great
even,
point.
yeah, yes, Hajam.
Okay, thank you, Abdullah.
You're welcome.
What about you, Chiara? What is your idea about it?
Well, I don't want to say the best or the worst, but I think that good teachers are those who listen to their students, because I think that sometimes teachers are so focused on the content and the material they have to deal with that they forget that they need to listen to their students. They should listen to what their students need. And I think that's really important because, you know, sometimes you want to cover all the contents that you need to deal with, and maybe, I don't know, you should take into account that your students have different needs.
I see.
Even if you have many students, each of them will have different needs, and we need to listen to them while teaching.
I understand. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chiara and Abdallah, for answering the question. So you mentioned, both of you, you mentioned the good points about the best and the worst part. Thank you. Let's move to the next question. The next question is for you, Chiara. If you could have, what would you have skipped or added in your English lessons?
I think that if I could have a superpower in the classroom, it could be reading my teacher's mind.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you ask about the?
I asked if you could have, what would you have skipped or added in your English lessons?
Sorry, I thought we were talking about the superpower. Sorry.
No, not yet. We are not there yet.
Well, in my lessons, I think I would include more activities which include interaction. I mean, with my teacher and with my peers, because sometimes I feel that we need more communicative activities.
Yes.
That we need to interact more instead of just reading or listening to the teacher. I think that we need more activities in which we can interact more. We need to learn how to express ourselves, and I think that in my case is not something that happens very often.
I see. Thank you very much, Chiara. Okay, so let's move to another question. Next question is again to both of you. What materials or activities keeps you most engaged in English classes, and why? Let's start with you, Chiara, again.
Which activities? Well,
And
I
materials.
think that okay, as I said before, the ones that keep me more engaged are those in which the class become more active. For example, role play is something that's really interesting because it teaches us how to communicate and how to express ourselves. And honestly, I think that the ones that makes me feel maybe not so engaged are those has to do with grammar and things which are, I don't think, they are not so dynamic and so active.
I see. I understand. Okay, Chiara?
Yes.
Finished?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Abdallah?
Okay, Jam. Well, I think the activities and materials most engaged me in English classes. Group work, but with people other than your nationality, as I mentioned in the beginning. I think it's clear now and obvious that I have a huge problem with this point. And I think writing and quizzes and listening sessions, and I think giving more new vocabulary and how and when to use it. And the last thing, the conversation. I think this really helps in engaging the students to improve their skills in the language.
I see. Thank you very much. Thank you,
You're
both
welcome,
of you.
Ajam.
Okay, so let's move to next question. Next question is for you, Abdallah. Do you think, Abdallah, you have learned how to learn? For example, after all those years with English lessons, can you start learning another foreign language on your own?
Well, Hajam, I think so, yes, because as well as we all know that the English language is universal. So
Exactly.
learning any new language becomes easy because when you really search for a way to learn another language, you can search in English and you will find various and different sources for that language. And on the contrary, you can't do the same in other language. For example, if as I'm one of the Arabs, I can't find a good resource. For example, from the internet, I can't find the beneficial resource to learn about
Yes.
a new language. This is a fact, I mean. But as far
I
as
am.
you know the English language, you can easily access to that, let's say, websites on the internet. You will find lots of, lots of sources, so you can have a look at them.
I see. Okay, thank you very much for both of you
Thanks,
for
Hajam.
answering the questions. Okay, my questions about the language as a whole. So now let's move to the different questions. So again, for both of you, can you tell us 5 phrasal verbs that you always use in or outside the classes? Chiara, let's start with you.
Okay, I chose the first one was catch up with,
Catch up with. Okay, good.
get along with,
Get along with. 2.
give up,
Give
don't give
up.
up,
And don't give up.
come across and stay up.
Come across and stay up. Thank you very much. Good. 5. Good phrasal verb. Nice. What about you, Abdallah?
Okay, Hajam, I chose this 5, which is take off,
Take off.
yeah, and bring back,
Bring back. Nice.
and break out.
Break out.
This is the nicest one I chose. And calm down.
Calm down. Nice. And last one.
And last one, it's the same thing with clever. It's a catch up.
Catch up. Oh, I see.
Yeah, Hajam.
Great. Great. Really great. Wonderful. Thank you very much for both of you.
You're welcome, Hajam.
It's great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Aidan, for your nice comments here. It's really motivating us, and it's great, really, really, to see you here in every station. Thank you, Ajam. And let's move to another question. The next question is this: if you could have one superpower, all right, to use in the classroom, what would it be, and how would it help? Yes, let's start with you, Abdallah.
Again, Hajam, it's
Yes.
obviously it's a huge problem for me when I started. So I will go again for making classes composed of people who don't speak the same language, and to force them, I mean, to speak and engage them to learn the new language, and which it really makes them always try with each other.
I see.
So this is for me the superpower to use in the classroom, and I think from my perspective, it's gonna be a beneficial way to have inside the classrooms.
I see. Okay, thank you very much, Abdallah. Yes, Chiara, what about you? What is your superpower?
Now it's the time to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, well, if I could have a superpower, I think I would choose reading my teacher's mind, because I would like to know exactly what is what is expected, what they expect from me. I think that could be a good way to achieve my learning goals. To know exactly what am I supposed to do, what is expected from me.
That's reading your teacher's mind. It's very nice. That's
Jam,
very nice.
I forgot to mention one more thing,
Sure.
which
Sure,
is
of
I
course,
think
Abdullah.
it's gonna be funny a bit, but the superpower for me, I wish that I could have, that I could translate directly from my language to the English language immediately.
Oh,
That's a
Because
really
wow.
good one.
yeah,
Okay, it's really wonderful. It's great. Really, sometimes we really need it, and it can be really good. Okay, nice superpowers from both of you. Thank you very much. Let's move to next question. The next question is, what was the biggest challenge that you faced this year so far? Yes, Chiara, start with you.
Okay, so this year, what was really difficult for me was to go back to our normal lives. I mean, I
Oh,
think that I got really used to the virtual lessons and to be at home all
uh-huh.
the time. And now I have to rush everywhere again. And I think, yes. And now, we are almost in August, and I feel really stressed and really tired. So I think that was the biggest challenge for me, that I
That
had
was
to
the
go
biggest
back
challenge.
to my normal life
Uh-huh.
again, and
Uh-huh.
to the normal classes all the time again, for hours and hours. And I think that was really difficult, not just
Right.
for me, for my peers as well, because it's something that we discussed, and it was really difficult for all of us.
I see,
It was a
definitely.
quick change.
Change. Uh-huh. Okay, thank you, Chiara. Yes, Abdallah. What about you?
okay, Jamwell, as Kayera said, I think to come back for the normal life again, and for this semester, I had to finish 7 subjects or let's say courses for this semester,
Uh-huh.
and also to learn a new language that I'm not good at, which
Mm-hmm.
was German language. As I
Oh,
mentioned in the beginning, I'm studying tourism and hotel management, so it's a must course for me. So after
I
the
see.
online life and learning online education, it was hard for me to come back for 7 courses and to learn another new language at the same time. And I had to go to the university for 7 times a week. Like,
I
so it
see.
was a huge challenge for me.
I got it. I can,
And
yeah, that's really.
in another hand, I'm trying to focus on the Turkish language as far as I'm living here. So
Oh,
just imagine how confused I am now.
I can understand. I can understand. Your both your the challenges are really the serious and really important. Thank you for sharing about it, the both of you.
I
Okay, so
had
let's move
to.
to let's move to the another question. Can you tell us this time 5 adjectives, okay, that describe an effective, uh, I say language learners, but your adjective, of course, can describe also learners generally. Yes, let's start with you, Abdallah.
Sure, Hujam. For me, I think the 5 adjectives that describe an effective language learner. Um, let's start with the reading and listening and speaking, and we have also writing.
Uh-huh.
And we can use a small notebook, as I did in the beginning, a small notebook to record the new words that are difficult for me or for us to understand, as I used the same words that I was writing on the notebook, and I am still doing it because we still learning. We can't stop learning. I believe so.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So this
I
is
see.
my 5 adjectives, Hojam.
Okay, your 5 adjectives. I see. Okay, so let's move to Chiara. Yes, Chiara.
Okay, so I chose inquisitive, that a good learner is
Uh-huh.
inquisitive,
Inquisitive,
active,
active, uh-huh.
long life learner,
Long life learner. Mm-hmm.
that he uses make use of metacognition,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that if the students use metacognition, this is a very good way to assess our own learning.
I see.
I think it's really important to know to be aware of the way in which we learn.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's a really good way to be successful because you will be assessing your own learning process.
I see. Okay, so
Uh,
that is that all?
no.
Okay.
No, and challenges that
Challenges. Uh-huh.
learners should
Okay.
feel comfortable and they should like challenges.
Okay, good. Wonderful from both of you. Thank you very much. Okay, so by the way, just two questions left. We're coming to the end of the live sessions. Time flies. Okay, so let's
Unfortunately.
move to the next. Yeah, unfortunately. Let's move to the next question. Think that we finished the interview and you step outside the home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $10 million. What would you do? Yes, Chiara, let's start with you.
Okay, I think I could buy in school.
Yeah, you would buy a school. Oh, cool.
Yes. Because I would like to invite people from all over the world to learn together.
Oh,
Because,
very nice.
here in Argentina, we don't have the chance to learn from another cultures, to learn together and to enrich ourselves from different cultures, from different lifestyles while we are learning. So I think that I would create a school in which I could have multicultural groups,
I will
and
be
they
your
would be
first
able to.
student.
Yeah,
Great!
you found a student for your school. You see here,
I had
and
the first
maybe
one.
why not? Maybe he can be the teacher
Now
for your
I just
school.
need the $10 million.
It's great, and you're planning to open a kind of international school. It's very nice of you, Chiara. Do you have any other plans with $10 million or only the school?
Um, I don't know. I think I could do many things. I would try to help mostly.
Hmm.
I wouldn't just keep it for myself.
I
Um,
see.
I would like to do good things. If I had the opportunity with that money, I think that I would like to help people as
Uh-huh.
much as I could.
Okay, great, wonderful. Yes, Abdallah, what about you?
Okay, for me, Hujam, I think even my answer is gonna be funny a bit,
Sure.
but for me, I'm a person who loves calm and travel. So I mean
Uh-huh.
traveling. So I will buy a caravan and travel to a place where I can relax and explore myself again,
Uh-huh.
to clarify my vision for my goals. After that, I can take some of the left money, I mean the rest of the money, to start my a new business. I mean to start up my new business.
I
But
see.
for starting that business, as I mentioned before, I need to clarify my vision and to explore
Uh-huh.
myself again.
I see. It's a really good point. Nice. So you know what are you going to do with that money? So I hope you can have that money as soon as possible. All right. Okay,
Sad
wonderful.
reality.
Thank Yeah, can be really nice. All right, so let's move to the last question. Okay, are you ready for the last question?
Sure,
Yes.
Hujam, we are always
Okay,
ready.
so what is your motto? Yes, Chiara.
You mean in general or as a student?
You can say both.
Okay. So as a student and as a teacher to be, I think that I love the idea that in the future I will be able to become an active member of the society
Mm-hmm.
as a teacher because I will be able to help my students. I want to help them and to give them what they need. I want to listen to them and to do my best to improve and to help them in their learning process. So I think that that's my main objective.
Okay. All right. So about it, your motto. Okay. So what about you, Abdallah?
Okay, sir. I don't know if I can say this here, but for me, respect for time is respect for oneself.
Uh-huh.
This is my motto because really, if someone doesn't respect the time of others, that idea really pisses me off. I mean, I don't like to be late, so I don't want
Uh-huh.
someone to be late on me.
I
I mean,
see.
over me. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's a good point. Like, be on time. You are always. You mean that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much about it. And that's all. My questions. Okay, from my questions. And before ending our live sessions, Chiara and Abdallah, would you like to start anything else? Sorry, would you like to add anything else? Yes, Abdallah.
No, Hojam, not really, but I wanted to thank you for hosting us here and for your kind
Uh-huh.
and a good question, let's say. I really appreciate it, and it was my pleasure to be with you here in your live session. And if the chance
My pleasure.
comes again, I would love to come up here with you.
Sure, sure.
And
I hope.
and nice to meet you, Chiara.
Okay.
Nice to meet you too.
Great. Yes, what about you,
It was a
Chiara?
pleasure. Well, as I said to you before, it's the first time that I have the opportunity to be part of a meeting like this. And I think it's wonderful. I'm really glad to be here, and I thank you for this opportunity, for inviting me. And thank you to my teacher, Patricia, for this opportunity as well.
I see. Thank
I'm
you.
really
Thank you very much.
excited and I'm really happy.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, the both of you, Chiara and Abdallah. And that was really great. And we had a really, the great session with you. And I just wanted to say one more time, thank you for being with us and being my guest here in Student Talk session, the 9th session tonight. And we had a really great and joyful time, okay, and fruitful time with Chiara and Abdallah, and they were with us together, and they shared their ideas and suggestions and their life and language experiences with us. We had a really great fun, and I'm sure that you had also. And that's all from the Student Talk site, and we are going to be here next week on Monday at the same time, on the same day, as you know. And until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And I think you forgot to say something. Okay, Chiara, go ahead.
Yes, I want you to smile because I'm going to take a screenshot.
Okay,
Give me a huge smile.
Okay.
Good. That's
okay,
it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And wherever you are, let me try again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Until the next time, take care of yourselves. And
You too.
peace, everybody. And bye-bye, Chiara. And bye-bye, Abdallah. And bye-bye, our great guests. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
And
Bye.
okay, bye.